Humans and dinosaurs have been thrown into another blockbuster together. Carnivores, omnivores, herbivores, whichever camp you fall into, enjoy that. Sponsor of this video. This video is brought to you by Factor. Factor conveniently delivers fresh, never frozen meals right to your doorstep. Meals that are perfect for the hustle of life, because sometimes you don't have time to cook a whole meal, but you still want the end result. Enter Factor. With Factor, you get tasty, hot meals ready in about 2 minutes, and you never even had to leave your house. As a fellow creature of habit, which does include diets, meals, and the like, can confirm it's fun to change it up from time to time. One could argue even necessary. And Factor is a convenient way to do that, with over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and more. Whatever your flavor, they got you covered. And if you're looking for a snack, Factor's got you covered there, too. With snack options like breakfast, smoothies, juices, small bites, and Factor always with the flexible scheduling. You can pause, reschedule meals. I appreciate that. So head to factor75.com or click the link below. Use code 50JOHNS to get yourself 50% off plus free shipping on your first Factor box. And now Jurassic World. What number is this? So Jurassic World Rebirth is the newest Jurassic World film in the Jurassic franchise, directed by Gareth Edwards, written by David Keep, who was the screenwriter for the original Jurassic Park movie. I mean, he's been the screenwriter for a lot of stuff. You'll recognize some great, some not. But that is the talking point here. But they got the screenwriter for the original Jurassic Park movie. So here's hoping. We'll see how that works out. It's been years since the world found out about these dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are out and about, but they do keep themselves relegated to the equator, which does make it sillier that everyone knows about these dinosaurs, and then there's this family that's just going on a pleasure cruise in dino territory. See these fins? What is that? I don't know. It's what is that? It would kind of looks like a dinosaur fin, but I can't recognize it as a dinosaur fin, because it's almost like I'm not supposed to remember that dinosaurs are out there in the world. 'Cause if I recognize it, we wouldn't be in deep _, we're in a movie after all. Didn't you know? And this movie is every bit the video game plot it looked like from the trailer. A group of mercenaries led by Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali. I say it's led by both of them because they're the two biggest stars in the movie. I don't really know who the real leader is. Led this team of mercenaries to Dino Island to get DNA from 3 specific dinosaurs because it can cure disease, right? You could totally see that open world sandbox game where you play as a team of mercenaries or a leader of a mercenary group, and you're on this dinosaur island, in which you can pick up main quests and side quests throughout the island that's infested with dinosaurs. Actually, sounds pretty badass. Someone should totally get on this video game. Then you come across someone who's like, oh, hey, I've been meaning to talk to you. Turns out dinosaur DNA can cure disease. So I need you to get DNA from these 3 dinosaurs. Think you can do that? Great. I'll be here. Not even a main quest, mind you. That is a side quest. The plot of this movie is a video game side quest. I'll give them Those seen here and you want to see more, click right here too. That's pretty in the pocket. That plot is simple in the name of having a guardrail, and that could
be a strength. But
music. So Jurassic World Rebirth is a story of a family out pleasure cruising in dino territory. Then they get stranded on this dinosaur island.
Hopefully they can
meet up with this mercenary group so they can get off the island.
Yep. It's
another movie in which someone was like, all right, we have 2 drafts of this new Jurassic World Afterbirth movie. Which one do we want to use? Do both. Drafts have dino monsters chasing people? Yeah, pretty much.
Then
that's your answer.
Yes.
_yeah. Feels like 2 scripts forced into one movie.
The plot feels simple too.
Its strength until it just complicates itself for no reason whatsoever. In fact, there's one character with the family in which I was like, I've never been so happy to know that this is a monster movie and you're
going to get eaten.
Much to my disappointment, there is the possibility, and the movie is definitely dabbling in it because it's the only plot point to have there. This guy's dating the daughter.
The dad
thinks he's a douche. So this guy starts to gain the respect of the dad, but it's never seen to its conclusion. The guy just deflects and says something else. The dad just shakes his head in disappointment. You never feel like he fully actually gains the dad's respect. That would have been something. Or no, he can get eaten. There's that. Nothing wrong with a douchebag being dino food in a monster movie. I keep calling them monsters because that's the plot of the Jurassic World movies has been also in this film, is that they're not really dinosaurs at this point. They're dino adjacent. They're mutations at this point. In this movie in particular, they look like creature cards from Magic the Gathering. The family in this movie feels like they were fabricated to take up screen time just for the sake of the corporate douchebag, because there's always a corporate douchebag. But his general sense of corporate douchebaggery, that's not enough. No, you need the audience to truly see that he's a piece of __. This family is like a family MacGuffin that gives him that opportunity, but now you're stuck with a family that kind of feels out of place in this otherwise mercenary side quest video game quest movie. Do want to give the movie credit where credit's due though. Gareth Edwards being tapped to direct this movie, absolutely apparent as to
why
you want the big monsters on screen to feel enormous, and Gareth Edwards excels at illustrating size and scale on
screen.
There were also some moments of dino tension. Not going to say there's not, but it kind of wore thin. It started to feel old when you realize the scenes are just kind of rinse and repeat. Monster scenes that feel indistinguishable from the previous
scenes.
Dino tension in this movie is as
such.
Dino monsters coming after people. People running or dangling from a thing. Dinosaurs chomping at their feet.
And
they're just missing the dinosaur teeth by a hair. Sometimes dangling, sometimes running, but the jaws are missing them by this much. And you just kind of rinse and repeat that thing throughout the
movie.
But the vibe is definitely Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali. They are picking up the easiest paydays.
It's
like, all right, we're on autopilot to get through this thing. Mahershala Ali's character is the most interesting character in the movie.
Not
that's saying a lot. The bar is not that high. I don't think this piece of paper can limbo under that bar, but there is at least a sense that when these mercenaries start getting picked off by dinosaurs, they are friends, colleagues, people he served with. So, he at least is the character who's taken a moment. Like, my friends just died. They're your friends too, right? Scarjo? Yeah. Oh, you don't give a underscore under, though? Okay. Well, I'm going to take a moment. There were also scenes that, sometimes subtly, sometimes blatantly, just pull from the original film. Sometimes thematically, sometimes in the way it's shot. You have the Velociraptor. In the kitchen chase sequence, stealth sequence in this movie, only they're super pterodactyl velociraptors and has a lot more product placement, 'cause you need that these days. They even have a scene from the original Michael Kittian book in here, which I thought was actually pretty awesome just in the fact that it was here. But if you have the raft scene in this movie, the waterfall scene in Lost World, and the pterodactyl scene from Jurassic Park 3, you kind of have the whole scene from the book. But this movie does pull from the first movie to the degree where the ironies lost on no one. This movie is every bit the Frankenstein monster version of the original that the monsters in this movie are to the dinosaurs. Though the original Jurassic Park's very near and dear to my heart. It's one of those movies I can pop in and recapture that feeling of the first time I watched it. Every time I watch it, I don't expect the new Jurassic movies to recapture that. I just hope that they feel a little more original than generic grade B monster movie with an enormous budget. Enormous budget and very noticeable green screen, that is. 'Cause that's what this is. A couple scenes aside where Gareth Edwards is showcasing what he does best on screen. It's generic monster movie, the movie, and Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm not going to remember in T-1 day. Yep. Already forgot. Or Jurassic World Rebirth. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite Jur? It's not even worth asking. The original. I know. Second favorite Jurassic movie. There we go. Or favorite monster movie. Whatever. It is whatever you think. Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've